Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm King POSH, your host for today's show. So today we're going to look at an A800 Lancer Evolution MR. Alright, it's a $27,000 car, it's pretty cheap. And I'm showing you guys my rally tune on this car. I tried all kinds of different alternatives of when I tuned it. I use different engines, and this is what I've come up with. So, and I'll show you guys what I've done to it. So, I've tried everything else. I've tried the 1.6 liter, and I've tried the stock powertrain, but the 6.2 liter V8 works the best. Sorry for my my voice. I'm half sick, I guess. Either way, I'm half sick. So stock drivetrain, which is all-wheel drive, and I'm using naturally aspirated. I'm not using any turbos, superchargers, or centrifugal superchargers. So all raw power. The body kits, I went with the Yaris. Alright, and I'm always just looking, like I got 457 horsepower, everything's the same. The 7.0 displacement. I always look at like speed, top speed, and what changes everything. And I'm looking at that top speed. So, yeah, 198, and then this one's 195, but this one looks cool. I do try to go for the fastest top speeds on everything. I just left the stock. I know a lot of people like that one for paint jobs and whatnot, especially this one. It looks weird to me. I personally don't like it. It just looks ugly. It really does. But hey, if you like it, hey, you know, more power to you. That's just my preference. Yeah. So, yeah. I like just natural. And I've been looking at this car in real life to see how much one would be. And I found one on like Car Gurus, whatever you call that site, for $22,000. So I was like, oh man, that's not a bad deal. So, yeah. You can see the problem with the muffler on there. Really can't do much with that, but yeah, I like the Yaris 2 on there, but with the Rally I kept it like this because, you know, in real life, if you bottom out, that back part is just gonna rip right off the car. When I use stock skirts, these ones just don't, you know, I mean, I could have gone with the flaps, you know, to make it really rally, but as you can tell, it hurts stuff, and I just didn't want to do that. So I just left it stock. And then I messed around with everything to get the street hood, so I can get that minus 6 pounds. So I'm at 2964 with that. And of course, we went with the Rally Tire compound. Alright, max width in the front, max width in the rear, 275s all the way around. I don't even know what I did with these. There we go, work, whatever you call those rims. I went with those. This would have took me to an S1, so I went with these instead. And they still look good on the car. Rims, I kept them low, just so, you know, the maximum tire to ground. Alright, and I did the max width on the track width for the front, and the max in the rear. Alright, everything else is stock clutch here, because, you know, I had to keep it A-class. So that's just what you gotta do. Mainly on cars the only things I really only touch first is the transmission and the differential. I put these in last. I try to get as much power as I can out of the car before I even put those in. I put the essentials in the car first. That's what you should do. Put the essentials in and then go to the other stuff when you're done. Like the brakes are essentials. You know, of course, the suspension is essential. These aren't essential. You can have them in there if you want them, but yeah, as you can tell, they took me up to an S1, so I don't have them in there. I took them out. See, I had them owned, but yeah. I put a roll cage in there because a lot of people have been asking me to put roll cages in cars, so I've been doing that for you guys, so I am listening to you. Full race rate reduction, you know, the lighter the better. Now, engine, race intake, stock intake manifold, throttle body, stock fuel system, stock ignition, stock exhaust, stock cams and valves, sport valves, race engine block, stock pistons, and sport oil and cooling, and then stock flywheel, because if I use the flywheel, as you can tell, we don't want that. And that's that. Then you can tell I have the tunes here. Okay, Easy Rally Racer. It's right there. I already have one download on it. And I have a drift tune too, so for the car. But yeah. So I try to aim to get my cars more powerful than other people's and as light as possible, so I get more downloads. So let's get right into the tune and show you guys what I've done to it. So it's got a 0 to 60 in 2.966 and 0 to 100 in 7.266 with the top speed of 195.1. Now, you can see the tire pressures, they're on the low end. I spent some time on this, on just the gearing. The 6 gears out there, only because honestly you're not really going to see it. This is for, you know, tight, whipping back and forth, dirt tracks, anything off-road really. Alignment, it's very simple. It was stock, it was 2.0, and that would be negative 2.0 and negative 1.5, but I brought it down to make it quicker, and then I moved the caster down. The caster was at, I believe, 5 or 6, somewhere around there, and I brought it down to 2. This really helps you turn hard when you're off-road. I've noticed a huge difference if you use like a high number, like, you know, 7.0, 6.5, whatever, you'll lack when you're turning your car off-road for some reason. I don't know, I really don't follow front caster, but either way, you keep the number low, not all the way down to the bottom. You can try it, see what it does, but 2.0 seems to be perfect for rally cars. As you can tell, I didn't have any anti-roll bars in there, so don't need them. Springs are soft. They're very soft. 200 to 300 is what I try to go with, and like 250 or 150. But see, that's as close as I could go to 150 was, and it's dropped all the way down. Ride height. I was working on like 0 to 60 and everything, and speeds and everything, And this is the perfect number right here for speed and top end, quickness and all that other jazz. So, and then dampening 3.0, 3.0, 2.0, 2.0. Keep them soft. You're going off-road. You don't want a super hard dampening system in your car. You'll just go skittish all over the place. You want the car to grab when you're going through those banks and everything else, and over the bumps. There's no downforce on it. If you need downforce, you know, you can mess with it. You can keep it right in the middle, see how it goes, or just go full on cornering. I mean, that's what I always do, is I just max them out. And then I usually mess with like the rear the most and bring it down just to get like an even speed. Maybe I just have OCD and I just need to have that perfect speed numbers. But yeah. And that's why I have it at 195.1, so I know for a fact it will hit 195. That's always what I go with, because if you do like 195.0 miles per hour, you might see 195. You'll probably see 194. You know, so yeah, I gotta have that. Braking is in the front, but in layman terms here, this is Forza Horizon, and that's backwards. So actually, my braking force is actually going to the rear instead of the front. All right, so the rears are actually locking up before the fronts are. So just to let you know how that works. Differential, this differential here, just the like the front and rear, the center balance is, I came up with that. The front and rear deceleration actually came from a stock Lamborghini Gallardo. So, and it works. And it works well on rally cars too, because it's an all-wheel drive differential setup. And and I'm telling you, it does. It works great. So definitely use this for even your if you have like an all-wheel drive like race car. You can use that. The balance here, the problem was I was running like 64, and I like 64, but the back end just was kicking out too much when I was going around the corners in the dirt. So I brought it down, and I found a peacefulness at 53%. So yeah. As you can tell, my lateral G's are a point from each other. It's 104 and 105. That's perfect. You want those numbers to be exact for your lateral G's. You'll see a huge difference when they're exact numbers when it comes to turning and controlling your car. Now, when I take this car, I'll show you guys. When I first started tuning this car and working it, I shaved off a good 5 seconds when I came to this this tune on a track that I really like to test my rally cars on. And of course, I'm on Fortune Island, and this is the greatest island to you know, drive off-road, drift and whatnot. All of my cars that I drift tune are on needle climb. I don't tune it on anything else. I tune it to go uphill, and I tune it to go downhill. As you can see, 46 right now is my highest number. I don't even remember what car that was, but that's where I tune all of my my drift cars. And then all of my rally cars on Fortune Island is on this track. On the main island, the first track, like in the beginning of when you first start playing Horizon, that first dirt track that they put you on, I forget what the name is. That's where I tuned all of my rally cars on that you know, in England. Fast travel. I highly recommend saving up $2 million and get that one mansion that's on in Britain, so you can fast travel for free. It helps you out in the long run, I'm telling you, and you can go anywhere. But I really like this car. It's exciting. It's fun. It's a great tune. I probably spent a good like hour and a half just tweaking, checking numbers, watching numbers, looking at numbers, changing numbers, using a calculator to figure out what's going on. And yeah, so apparently there's a thing here, but I'm not really worried about that thing. I wasn't really wanting to do a scramble thing.
Ah, spring. The
But
season of
apparently
new
they
life
like
and
it
new
too.
beginnings. Oh, and new championships, of course.
But look, see, I can't even use my car. So I do like to show this one. This is usually where I tune them, but now apparently I gotta wait how many days? 3 days before I can do something else. So yeah, but this is the track here. You go down here, you make you know, down here, it goes around. It's a nice little circle. But yeah, like the starts like here, and it just goes around. It's kind of nice and easy. Great place to just learn how your car handles. You get a little air time every time. And a nice, you know, to see everything. And it turns so hard. It really does. I got that back end on check. And then, yeah, there's a turn. I totally forgot about that turn. But yeah. You have that little S. And go up a hill. There's an animal. I just saw that animal go right through a fence and not get harmed. That was amazing. And then here's the DNA game. What a great track to learn. Nice airtime. Well, the turn. The brakes are good. When I see a wall coming up on the actual track, you know, I'm more easier with it. Here I'm just going, you know, balls to the wall and messing up some turns like this again. Oh, we did better. A little lock there. And the sound is good. I've been having problems with sound issues. I'm pretty sure you guys have too. Gearing's good. Ample power. All gears. Except 6 gears like overdrive. So if you want to go cruising on the highway and save gas. Yeah, and that was a huge quarter. Yeah, I love this car. It's very, very good. Yeah, so for this, let's see here. Can I? It's still there. I'm trying to see if I can get rid of that, and but I don't think I can. No, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I'll have to play with that later to figure out how to get rid of that and have the old one go up. But hey, guys, hopefully that helps you out on this amazing car. And if you just want to just download the tune, it's right there, Easy Rally Racer. So give it a try and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. All right, peace out. I'm King Posh.